letting you know. Now, let's take a look at everything in totality. The music industry is such a bleak business. Some people believe it's the greatest business in the world. No, music we love. The business we don't. The business is horrible. The music business was always designed to screw over the artist. Period. No matter how much you love the artist, your greatest artists in the world have gotten screwed over by bad contracts. And not just bad contracts. You got people that's trying to sabotage you. The more you own, the more they hate you. Look at Michael Jackson. He owned so much, they hated him. They turned the whole world against him. Made up salacious lies about it. And hip hop, they never had to really worry about it because they didn't have anything to own. It was a John Doe business. And they never saw it as anything that would be profitable down the line to compete with none of the major music that was being developed. So it was never put on that plateau and that stature. Never was. Then it got dirty. The whole game got filthy. And once it got filthy, nobody wanted to touch it. Everybody act like it was somebody else's fault. The game was so messed up. It had nothing to do with them. When they put certain revisions in the contracts to make you owe them for life. Your royalties revert back to them. It's so crazy the way these contracts are set up. So once they realized in 1995, hip-hop was something that they couldn't control and was getting out of hand, this was not going to be a mom and pop business anymore. This is international. This is breaking all type of records, and it's not a fad as they thought it was going to be. Now you got a problem. Because you got all these independent record labels that you put in place to deal with it because you didn't want to deal with it. It's like, I'll get a little piece off of it, but I don't want to have nothing to do with it. And they were like, cool. Nothing to do with it? Fine by us. Because that's the way they wanted it, with little interference as possible. Now, it's making money hand over fist. And with Tupac and Dr. Dre, Snoop and Biggie and all of this stuff, and the millions of dollars are coming in, and it's going to $1 billion industry. Now, this John Doe business has become profitable to where they got to seize control of it. They let everybody get control. And the rappers start getting smart. They knew they were signing to bad contracts, but it was either that than no contract. They said, well, this is better than no contract. So I'm going to go ahead and create a label and sign myself. Everybody started doing it. Making their own little record labels inside of record labels. So everybody had a record label. Busta had his little record label. Everybody who had a rap album had a little rap imprint that they were signed to. And they could sign other artists on so that they could eat. $50 Cent had G-Unit Records. But everybody had their own thing so that they can eat and get some meals coming in. Then they start worrying about the other side of the business that pays them. They wanted most rappers to focus mainly on just the money. Focus on the money. On the rap. Don't worry about the money. We're just going to give you some money and you just rap. Don't worry about publishing and credits, points. Don't worry about nothing like that. You just worry about rapping. And that led to a lot of heartache. Now, what is the main problem here? The main problem is that now the platform and the whole thing has changed to a digital era. Back then, they could lose records and write off money easy because it costs money to warehouse and ship records and promotion stickers and posters. Now you're saving on artwork, you're saving on production and holding costs. So those are lack of jobs gone. All of the record labels got bought up by 3 of the major labels. They bought out all those smaller labels because all the rappers thought about was warring with one another rather than unifying. So when they didn't unify, they became weaker. And it was easier to be taken apart by the giants and swallowed. So all of their records that were coming out was being sabotaged. Nobody was going to really push any units except for the 3 to 4 or 5 artists that they had that were out there, that they allowed it to make the music, like Ludacris, Nelly at one point. You had Jay-Z, Nas. Those were solidified. They were going to be there because they were already established artists. And Snoop in the West Coast was just a known fact, but it was mostly Dre, Eminem, that whole aftermath thing. So they had their stamp. And that was it. Everybody else, they have to depend on shows to make money. See, an artist wanted to get out of that. And that's what Michael Jackson and the rest of those guys wanted to do. They wanted to get away from doing shows all for the rest of their lives. And that ended up happening to Michael Jackson. He's got to do a show to pay the taxes. That's how bad things were getting for him. That's why you gotta DJ Quick did all that work and got paid a watch. And he was happy to get the watch. These are cautionary tales. Right. Chamillionaire learned the business, and he learned how he was getting screwed over and was like, oh, I'm not making another album. They were like, okay, then you're going to starve in this business. So they punish you when you don't want to cooperate because they feel like we're the ones that generate your money. Now, Chamillionaire he didn't even curse in his raps. And won the Grammy and had the #1 rap album, but couldn't get any respect in the business because they don't care about that. So they sabotaged him because he didn't want to play ball. He saw where the money was going and he realized the game. So he got out of the rap business altogether because he saw the sabotage play. He said, I'm not finna stay into this. Grammys don't mean nothing. Those are trinkets that are normally purchased. As you can see now, it's purchased for sure. Your record companies pay them. Oscars are paid for and bought by studios. None of that stuff mean anything in the real walk of life of business. There are YouTubers making more money than rappers. Rappers are out here starving. Believe me, they're not as rich as you think they are. This game is getting scarce and more scarce because they've allowed it to be dumbed down and watered down. And when you allow that to happen, your fleet is lost. Like they say, you go from sugar to it. That's exactly what happened to it. So, the 360 deal. No new artist should sign a 360 deal. If you're a new artist, why are you signing a 360 deal? They're putting these in your contracts for everybody now. Your contract is a 360 deal without even being a 360 deal. It's written up that way in different verbiage so that you don't recognize it, but it's exactly what it is. They're getting the percentage and you agree to it because you just want the money. They're saying, we're going to pay your house. We're going to pay these bills. We're going to put you here. We're going to put you there. We're going to get you a car. We'll do that if you, sign away this thing here that you're going to pay us back with this. Like when you do a show, you do here, we get this percentage. This pays for all this and that. So you're like, okay, well, yeah, I'll do that. You can get some money off the shows because they're not thinking. They're not getting money off the shows till they pay you back for that. They're getting not money off the shows. They're getting money off the licensing of your name. That means every single thing that you do. T-shirts, a cup, saucer. That means they can go do it. You've given them rights to use your name, third party, to put your name and face and your likeness on poster boards, billboards. They're going to help blow you up because they're going to eat off you. So they eat when you eat. So you do a show now. See, most artists, when they did a show, all that money was theirs. All they had to do was pay taxes. But the record company didn't get any of that money. Oh, they fixed that. Now I can't name an artist that performed that the record company ain't eating a piece of that. They eating a piece of their merch. All of it. So now they've sabotaged the music game to where your CD is not going to sell. They'll put it in there that you can get past all this. If your album sells X, Y, and Z, if you do a miracle, they saying, well, yeah, if your album sells this many, then yeah, we'll void all this in the contract. So you'll be like, well, man, I got a way out. You think they're going to let you get to that benchmark? No. That clause is there to make you, give you false hope of an illusion that, well, it's not a 360 deal because if you sell this many records, you can just void it right here. This is all voided. If you can sell this many records right here, oh, then you'll be like, oh yeah, I could clearly do that. Then you have 8,000 sold week, 8,000 sales, 20,000 sales. Why are they not selling units no more? Do you realize, and I hope you're hitting the like button, good people. Do you realize that in this industry alone, hip-hop artists are making pennies on a dollar because they don't understand the streaming business. Even Snoop Dogg didn't understand, wait a minute, how am I not getting paid? I just did 1 billion streams and I ain't got nowhere near $1,000. This don't make any sense. Somebody need to explain to me how streaming works. how the revenue is paid out. Why is it so small now? Champagne Sloppy is supposed to be the biggest artist in the last 15 years. 15 years. And what does he have to do for the money? He got to go on tour damn near a whole year. He put out 2 lukewarm albums, and he got to be on tour. Because that's the only way he's going to get his money. Is through the shows. He's not getting it through the music. You got to get it through the shows. So now every rapper, their lifeline is they got to get booked on shows to get paid. Before rappers could sell, in the 80s, they could sell 500,000 in their hood. Redman was selling 500,000 copies in Jersey. Why would that change now? There's less people in Jersey? No. They eliminated the mom and pop shops and how it's distributed. Because they're like, wait a minute, this dude got no radio. He has no commercials, no promotion. How is he getting this much money? It's not making sense. Then you put your thinking cap on and go, ding, okay, I get it. They get their money through shows. You sell your most of your merch on the internet or doing shows. When you do a show, that's when you sell the majority of your merch. To get people to buy a hard physical copy, you got to have some merch to go with it, so it could delude the people into the sales. This is how other artists are selling now. Like Taylor Swift been doing that for years. You get a special limited edition t-shirt. See, they don't know, the younger audience don't know how to market to people. They only used to this digital age. So they don't know how to go out there and physically be a part of the people. You couldn't even get a record deal if you didn't go ahead, because I knew some A&Rs back in the day. They not A&Rs now, but back in the day, that was like, man, it's like dudes like, yo, I could rap. No, let them hear my demo. It's like, it don't work that way. What buzz do you have in your neighborhood? And I told him, dude was like, man, hook me up with the A&R. I'm like, dude, I can't hook you up with the A&R. You're not in position. You have 1,000 people that know you rap. What shows have you done? What places have you performed? What kind of audiences have you performed in front of? Nothing. You made songs at home. And you think that's going to get you a record deal. It's not. And I'm trying to wake people up to the reality that that's how they do it now. Now he would be right in the mix. I just made music in my house, and now I'm going to come outside and make an album. But they're not giving out record contracts like that. Now you got to have a buzz on social media. Now you got to create a following so they can be interested and said, okay, well, this guy got some people following him. They just don't listen to my demo and take the guy there because there's no artist development money anymore. That's how they destroyed the game. There used to be artist development. They had media training. They had people in place to make you the better artist in the world. Yeah, you got to make yourself hot now. Some people can do that. Other people can't. It's not their strong suit. You see what LL Cool J is doing for this new album? LL Cool J for this new album is autographing thousands of CDs, physical copies. For those people who are doing early purchases online. Boom, there it is. You want an early purchase? There it is. Straight online. Now riddle yourself that. Why was that easy to do? Why was it easy for somebody to sit there personally signing them one by one? Why was that easy? Because that's how you connect with your people. You connect with people by giving them something directly. Yeah, I'll sit here and sign thousands of them. When YouTube first started, you know what YouTube used to have? That they don't have anymore, but I wish they did? A messenger. We used to message our subscribers. All of you here, I used to could go to your page and send you a message. YouTube took that away years ago. But still tell you to go and contact your it's like, dude, that we can't do that anymore. So when I first had YouTube, how I got to 5,000 subscribers was me going one by one to the people who actually watch my videos, sent them a personal message, not a copy paste, and said, hey, thanks, man, for liking the video, man. I hope you subscribe to my page because we want to do this. I did that. Yep. I sent out about 2,500 one day, another 7,500, spending almost a whole day messaging people to subscribe. And out of all that, I ended up with like 5,000 subs. Personally doing the work. Because I didn't look at it as, oh man, this is a lot of work. I looked at it as, hey, what's the worst that could happen? Just give me a few thousand out of these people. And I'm good. Because we were hands-on. We were direct. We never were outsourcing and all that stuff. You had to be personable with people. And that's what we were. We didn't sit there and wait for Joe Blow to tell us what to do. We didn't do that. We made things happen. Well, I appreciate that, Chris. Yes, absolutely. Well, the record, they're not selling units anymore. All you doing, you gotta pay the record company back for everything. That soda you got, they don't give you gifts. The record company don't give you gifts. And now, since you want to be independent, you're a boss now. You're responsible for everything. So now, what rappers do is sign other rappers so that they can eat off them. They was like, look, I'm gonna make my money off them. And now the other rapper you just signed is not only signed to you, he signed to the other record label too, who signed to you. That's how Drake was messed up. Drake was signed to Lil Wayne, who signed to Baby and Slim. So that's 3 people eating off you. 2 labels, Young Money and Cash Money. Lil Wayne got Young Money so he can make money off these guys. Nicki and all of them. And Young Money ended up making more money than Cash Money at that time. So Cash Money was good. This is going to get us out of the tax problems we got. Because now Young Money, who's our subsidiary company, that's really Cash Money. So Cash Money was like, good, Young Money, keep making it. So Nicki was getting robbed. Drake was getting robbed. But they wanted the fame. So they signed bad contracts. So Drake was signed to Universal, Cash Money Records, and Young Money Records. And you paying 3 labels before you get $1. So he got #1 albums, but he ain't super rich. But they rectified that because he's half Jewish. By giving him sponsorships, we're going to give him this recording deal. We're going to give him this contract. We're going to give him that to sign. We're going to give him this paperwork to go through. We're going to give him this. We're going to give him that. It was all laid out for Drake. Long as he keeps staying successful, you're going to do features. And now you're going to get paid this much for features. So a feature by you is going to pay you this much money. So now you're getting featured. And the album is taking off, but you're getting paid from doing features. That's why you didn't see that many albums. To get out of his deal, he did a double CD. So they took care of the 2 albums. They counted them as 2 albums. Scorpion got him out when he did those two double CDs. Got him out of his contract. So now he was done. Got him out of his deal. So now he's like, I'm free. I can start eating now. Nobody's eating off me no more. That's it. Now I can go to straight whatever record label I signed to and the distribution company. What became worse? It's not about what became worse. It became what became first. You forget about your managers. Your managers get paid before you do. See, they get paid all the time. Off the top means before you pay the government. So before you pay the federal government, they're getting paid. So that means you're going to pay the taxes on their money. You're going to pay the taxes on the full price, and then they're going to get their money off the full price And after they take the money out, whatever that was the full price, you still got to pay that tax. They don't. That's what off the top means. Off the top means I don't have to wait on the IRS or at the taxes. I get paid before the taxes. So you have to understand what certain words mean in business contracts that could really like damage you down the road. Right, it's serious business. A lot of people think it's a joke. It really isn't. And all these rap artists were being sabotaged because a lot of these record companies are not designed for you to get out. They make money by you being in debt. Why would the record company want you to be self-sufficient? How do they make money? I want my artists to be self-sufficient and not need me at all. They make their money off you needing them. That's how they eat. That's how the money's made. That's how that's how they get to the honey. They get to the honey by making sure you don't have the money. Most times, your manager is hired by the company. Yeah, they'll hire you a manager. Get that. That works for the company, the studio. Then you got a manager. They don't have the best interest for you. Their best interest is for the studio. Their best interest is for the studio, not you. Oh yeah, the law firm, you're protected. Most of the rappers nowadays, they need criminal lawyers. Then most record companies, they take life insurance policy. If you are a high insurance risk, they're not going to sign you because you're a high insurance risk. So to sign you or take you on as a client, you have to sign a life insurance policy for them to have this kind of money to guarantee their backing in case something happened to you. These type of things happen in the rap business all the time. Juice WRLD has been dead about how many years now? It seemed like 10 years almost. Juice WRLD been dead for like 7, 8 years. And every year it's a new Juice WRLD album. And Juice WRLD is at the top of the charts. And you know who's getting some of the money? Their parents. The mom will get a little bit of the money. She having some little money come in. But you know who's getting the 80%? The record company. You get a distribution deal by paying for it. If you own everything, that's what Kendrick Lamar has. Kendrick Lamar spent millions, and it's going to cost you millions. All right? But you get to distribute your own product. Now he has a distribution deal. Master P had a distribution deal. Drake doesn't have a distribution deal. Drake is signed to a record label. Again. And took a 360 deal. Just like The Weeknd did. He took a 360 deal. But in his perspective, it's better for him because he's already an established artist. Jay-Z took a 360 deal when he did Blueprint 3. He signed a 360 deal. He was on the Breakfast Club. That let you know Jay Money was funny. He was doing radio. Jay don't do radio. So, yeah, but he paid that back. So when he was able to re-up with Live Nation, he did a 360 deal with Live Nation. Then he re-upped, and now he just got a distribution deal. So they don't eat off his live shows no more. They used to eat off his live performances and everything. That's why they put up them tours with Jay-Z, Beyonce, making all this money. They overcharge people, and they got to go to court for that, for charging people so much money astronomically. That's how people couldn't compete with Live Nation, because they had poisoned the well. No, it ain't about rich artists can afford them. It's just that they're an established artist. They have a name. Somebody like Drake can get a 360 deal where he gets this money up front, large money. They're going to eat off their shows till they get it back because he's such a large name. He can sell. This is why this deal does not work for a new artist. You will spend your whole life and won't pay that money back. Everything you be doing, you for the rest of your life, you be paying them. So if you're already an established artist who is successful, number one in the game, a 360 deal might not be a bad idea for you, because you can get ready to buy out of your position pretty early. Oh, you like the Pacers hat with the gold and blue? Yeah. Yeah, I tried to rock him today. I tried to rock him today. Tried to give him a little flavor today. Tried to give him a little flavor. That's why most artists don't come in the game. They don't have the right people around them when they're getting record deals. You got to see how many albums or what do you generate and what the actually company is going to do for you. It's like, okay, if I'm signed to the record label, what can you do for me besides sign me to the label? Who's promoting me? How am I being marketed? How am I being pushed? If me and you don't agree when my album should be released on a release date, who has final say? I want final say in this and this, depending on what position do you ask for and how much money do you ask for. So many people ask for so much money, it's crazy. See, what J. Cole did was buy back his publishing by not asking for a lot of money for features and things like that. He said, oh, okay, I learned the game now. I'm not finna just feature it out and blow all this money. I'm gonna take the money and buy my, publishing. All the money you giving me for the album, I'm gonna make the album for less cheap, and you can have this money back. It's like taking a loan from the bank. If you get a loan for $27,000, don't mean you go ahead and spend all $27,000. Spend what you need the money for. Say, okay, I got this money. I got this much right here to play with. Let me just spend what I need. Let me play this, boom, 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 boom. Okay, I can get this done for there. I got a little money where I could actually get a major feature artist here. Boom, let me do this. Boom, boom, boom. J. Cole went and got 50 cents. Said, all right, I'm going to pay this money to 50. Boom. The rest of it, boom, paying it back. So I can get out of my deal early. I'm going to buy my publishing back. So now that I own my publishing, the record company ain't going to want nothing to do with you. It's no benefit in it to them. They make money off your publishing. That's something that they can earn off of. So they'll be interested. They don't give a damn about how many good songs you make. if you don't have your publishing. So they don't have any interest in pushing J. Cole. So it's not beneficial to them. That's why you got artists like Big Sean out here confused. He's like, I don't know if should I drop new music? I don't know. Should I drop a new song? My mom had to talk to me and give me some confidence. I'm like, you need your mama to tell you to be confident, to drop music? Then you shouldn't even be in the game no more. You really should be out the game because you sound like you out the game. So, on the phone. On the phone. Yeah, so that's how no, because they spent all the money. It's not that nobody want to hear Big Sean no more. It's just that you can't take those many years off and have the gap and think the people are just gonna galvanate to you unless you have some interest. That's why he was trying this dissing thing with Kendrick, and you've been gone for so long. It ain't about your ability. You just gotta, your music is gonna have to dictate if the people gonna deal with you anymore. You gotta have hot songs, hot records. So the gimmick ain't gonna work. You gotta have hot music behind it. So if you don't got hot music and hot tracks, no one's gonna listen to you. No one's gonna take you seriously. Kendrick can go away because Kendrick never really went away. He went away for 3-4 years. He just got off tour. He just did the Hot Steppers, but he gave you the Black Panther soundtrack. He was still dropping some music every now and then. Big Sean was just gone. Over 80% of the rap business, not even the music business, the rap business is living on a loan. They all on that Lucian loan. They are borrowing money from the company. Not just the music business, the rap business. 80% of it is living on a loan. They're not free. That's because the problem is not everybody thinks like an artist or think to be independent. They think just like everybody else. Let me go ahead and do what's stupid. They're gonna do something stupid, and that's why they're not gonna get any money. Because they want the big chain, they want the diamond rings, they want the big house. They with 27 bathrooms. They want to live, they want the cars on 24s. Now, who's gonna pay for it? Oh, the record company ain't buying that for you. You gotta buy that. They're charging you for it. So don't look at nobody else to pay it. You wanted the house with the 27 bathroom. That's why everybody's going bankrupt. At the end of the day, bankrupt because you're buying stupid stuff you don't need. Instead of getting yourself out of the contract, nope, you're letting that loan go with the interest rates just going sky high because you want to have 24s. They spinning. Gotta be spinning. You want them 27 rims, then you want a big 27 bathroom house with gold toilet seats. For what? You won't be in that house 5 years. Then remember they was doing the bankruptcy and repoing it, they were moving the gold toilets out? Like, what, gold toilets? Right, exactly. Then they broke and don't know why. What's even worse is they broke and they try to lie about it and still try to live the lifestyle and go borrow more money just to have a party. This guy spent $30,000 on a party, a rap artist. He cashed in one of his chains for that's worth about $120,000 necklace. Gave it to a pawn shop, and for $30,000, they said, "Oh, we can give you 30,000. Great." So he could throw a party for a Super Bowl weekend because he had family coming in, and he didn't want them to know he wasn't living right or his money was low. So he needed 30 grand for the weekend for his family coming in, so he could just throw them a party. That's how screwed up mentally everybody is out there. Yeah. So I'm out. Yes. Oh yeah. Shout out to KB, Kwame Brown Bus Life, HD, Jose, Ticket, the Star Report, Showface. I see you. Oh yeah, Mondo Black. I see him. All right, I'm out to the Patreon.